In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Dear grade 7 students, welcome back to your Mansoor educational channel. Today, inshallah, we are going to have a quick revision on Unit 7 under the title of cultures, and customs. And as you know, our session is divided into two sections. The first section is a revision on the vocabulary, and the other section is revision on the grammar part of this unit. Give one word for each of the following definition. To jump is to jump, leap. Gradient, with a gradient that rises or falls very quickly. Gradient means grade or degree. Something that rises and falls, something that is not straight. Excellent. Steep. And steep, this word is used to describe the cliffs or the mountains. When we describe it as steep or steepy. Made a liquid flow from a container is pour. Yes, port. Don't say port. To join a course an organization or an event is excellent. Sign up. And even when you want to join a blog or something what we call online page, you have to sign up. To run after someone or something so you can catch them is to chase. Rose high in the sky. Sword. Fastened by pulling two ends together. This means excellent. Tied or fixed. Covering someone or something with a liquid. This is called excellent. Dousing. Two hard pointed paths that grow on the heads of some animals, like we see on the head of buffaloes or goats. This is yes, they are made of ivory. Ivory. They are made of ivory and they are very strong and they may hurt you. Yes, horns. Okay, to make an unpleasant situation better. This means, yes, to relieve. And this word is popular with the word pain, to relieve pain. Okay, relieve, to make something feel, to make something more comfortable. Okay, the feeling that someone is important and that you should be polite to them. Yes, respect. Okay, a head injury that makes people lose consciousness. Again, a head injury that makes people lose consciousness. This means excellent. Concussion. Okay, head injury. An injury that hurts your brain or your head. Concussion. Okay, old people are called elderly. Actions that show that people are against something. When you protest. Yes, protest against. A group of animals that live and eat together. And in fact, we are going to talk about the groups of animals in detail. Okay, yes, herd. Okay, this is the most enjoyable part of our vocabulary session. Okay, could you some water? Could you what? Pour, yes, pour. Pour. Could you pour some water into my glass, please? Only one goat, huh? On our farm have got a pig, huh? What is this ivory and strong part on the heads of animals that may hurt you? Yes, horns. The little boy fell off his bicycle and hit his head. He had an injury in the head. Huh? Concussion, excellent. There isn't a bridge, but the river is very narrow. We can to jump is to think. Leap, excellent. Children should always show when you show that you have a good feeling towards someone. You should respect or regard. Yes, respect. Respect. On safari, we saw a of elephants. We saw what? Try think. And I told you that we are going to talk and to speak, to explain in detail the groups of animals. Huh? Yes, excellent. A herd. Herd, a group of animals. Herd of elephants. I threw the paper plane into the sky and it soared, sort of flew in the sky, flew high in the sky. A lot of what people find it difficult to move around. Huh? Yes, elderly, old people. It took me 30 minutes to cycle up the hill and 5 to cycle down the other side. Huh? What the degree of or those mountains or cliffs that aren't straight, that goes up and down, steep, excellent, very good. Okay, he wants to study Arabic, so he has signed up when you want to join something. These tablets or make the pain remove. Yes, excellent, relief. The fireman had to the fire with water. Yes. Heh, douse. Douse. Douse means to pour water or liquid on the fire. Our dog owes what? Chases. Cat. The laces on his trainers were unfastened, so he them together. He tied. Excellent. The people don't want a new road and they have organized against it in the city. Yes, to protest, to say that you refuse something. Excellent. Protest. Try to think about this, please. Yes, and this is the most important part of our session today. As you know, I am very keen on those expressions, including the phrasal verbs or even these compound nouns or these items. As a matter of fact, the groups of animals or the names for these groups is are different from one kind of animals to the other, from one species of animal to the other. Okay, lions, for example, lions. We have a pride of lions. A pride means a group of. What about cows? Huh? Herd of cows. Cows, look, cows, buffaloes, elephants, herd. What about birds? Huh? Flock. Flock of birds. All these words mean a group of, okay? Monkeys. Troop of monkeys. Excellent. Troop of monkeys. What about wolves? Huh? Pack of wolves. Pack of wolves. What about sardines? Huh? Yes, school. Any fish, any kind of fish, okay, we use a school, a group. School means all these words mean a group. In this unit, we are going to talk about necessity and lack of necessity. We are talking about obligation. We are talking about a prohibition. So, whenever we say that there is something that is a kind of obligation, so we use must, okay? And when we want to prohibit, to ban something from being happen, okay, this we use mustn't. Okay, so must and mustn't, okay, walk hand in hand with obligation, okay, with rules, with regulation, with something that must be done. Otherwise, there will be a lot of bad consequences. Okay, she must be in bed because she had the flu. Okay, Peter mustn't sleep during the class. Jack must brush his teeth before going to bed. You mustn't smoke. Look at these sentences. Most of them, are familiar to us. Most of them relate to the rules and the regulation. Okay, what about you must do something? Okay, mustn't, and needn't. What about needn't? Needn't, this that what we call lack of necessity. Okay, we do not have to do something. Okay, for example, I have a plenty of time, so I don't have to run to school. I have a plenty of time. I have much time before school, so I don't have to run. Okay, I don't have to. I have a car. I don't have to get on the bus. Okay? I have a car. I don't have to, or I needn't. Don't have to or doesn't have to is the same as needn't. Okay? Okay. Necessary that you do it. You mustn't do that. Necessary that you do not do that. You needn't do something, not necessary that you don't need to do something. Okay? Okay, in many parts of Asia, you mustn't touch or pat somebody on the head. This is a general rule in that country. So it's a rule, it's a regulation. So you mustn't. In many Asian countries, you must eat with your right hand because it's wrong to use your left hand. Okay, so this is a rule in this country. Must. In many countries, you mustn't use your index finger to pick somebody. It's very rude. Okay? If you are invited to somebody's home in Brazil, you needn't take a gift. You don't have to take a gift. But it's normal to send a thank you note. In many Middle Eastern countries, you must show. So whenever we talk about rules, whenever we talk about regulations, you have to use must or mustn't, okay? But whenever we talk about necessity or lack of necessity, we use needn't or don't or doesn't have to. In Tunisia, you needn't use a knife. Okay, in most European countries, you mustn't put your elbows on the table, okay, when you are eating. Okay, if a cat washes behind its ears, it will. Okay, in this unit we will have a hint on the first conditional. Okay, so the first conditional talks about something that is possible to happen in the future. If present simple, future simple. In or Venezuela, if you give, okay, you won't have a good relation with the person. If you eat lentils on the 1st of January, you, if present simple, will make. Okay. If present simple, if a man smiles. Number 5, if you see a spider in your house, it's a sign that you of course you will get. Thailand. If a woman sings, okay,